everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're continuing our read through of Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings, and we're up to chapter 19. This is entitled Starfalls. I'm trying to keep these videos around 10 minutes, if not a little less. I feel like I could go on for a lot longer, but hey, the purpose is just to come alongside people reading through it and add a little context. And one thing I wanted to focus on, I haven't focused on this in a couple videos, is that opening little sentence, that little tag. We read right from the beginning, he holds the most frightening and terrible of all the shards. Ponder on that for a time, you old reptile, and tell me if your insistence on non-intervention holds firm, because I assure you, rays will not be similarly inhibited. Without giving, spoilers away, this is an ongoing letter from one individual to another individual, seemingly asking for help. And one of the reasons is because in the last several chapters, and including this chapter, that opening inscription has included a name, and that name is Rays, R-A-Y-S-E. And Rays seems to be some type of antagonist. The one who is writing the letter is asking for help, and it seems to be that the person receiving this letter has a non-intervention policy. He's not getting involved. Whoever is receiving this is not getting involved, and the writer is trying to ask him or her or whoever to get involved. So I just kind of wanted to focus on that. It seems to be this Rays character holds the most frightening and terrible of all the shards. And so shards there seems to be an important word. We'll get to that later. But what is this chapter? Well, at the end of last chapter, Dalinar had just gotten into a barrack. A high storm was coming unexpectedly. And we know that when high storms hit, Dalinar receives a vision from this dark, deep, sullen voice who continuously is telling him to unite them. And so he goes into this vision, and where does he wake up? He wakes up in some unknown area and quickly finds that he is being chased by these dark beast-like creatures that are aggressive and trying to kill him. He quickly finds that there's a young girl and there's a woman who seem to know him, and he seems to be the father, the husband and the father. It appears that in each of these visions, he takes the place of someone. And so he's trying to quickly fight these creatures, get them to safety. All he has is a hot poker for a fire. And so he's trying to ward off these creatures. He actually ends up killing one, and they're dispersed for a while. He takes the wife and the daughter, and they're running for safety, but they become surrounded. And so he's trying to do all of these different stances that he knows from, of course, being trained as a soldier. He brings his knowledge with him, even though the body is something unique each time. And when they're pressing in, this light from the heavens cascades down to the ground and crashes into the ground. Our chapter title is Starfalls. And so Dalinar doesn't know what is happening. Well, this individual, it becomes known, is a human, and it is a warrior in shard blade and shard plate, glowing blue. And they come down. There's multiple of these starfalls. They crash down, they appear here, and they begin fighting off these creatures. Well, Dalinar is incredibly thankful that this one female shard bearer, which he's shocked that a female would be a shard bearer, comes over, places her hand on Dalinar, and he feels this like healing, cool wave rush across his body. He feels better. The creatures had bit him, scratched him, really ripped them up pretty good. And so this female shard bearer heals them. And then of course, she gets distracted and rushes off to fight these beasts as well. And Dalinar rushes out to help. He's going to do whatever he can. Well, they end up slaying all the beasts, and Dalinar gets a chance to talk to this female shard bearer. Begins asking, like, where are you from? Which kingdom are you from in Roshar? And he finds that they are referring to themselves as the Knights Radiant. Of course, this is that ancient order of almost superhero beings. So he asks, when am I? And the answer is, this is the 8th epoch, year 337. And he says, what does that mean? Well, where are we? And the answer is given, Alethala, which is the ancient name of Alethkar. So he's sometime well in the past. They keep referring to this word desolation. And these knights radiant is what they are calling themselves. They are saying that the signs of beasts like this appearing are indicating that a desolation is coming back. And Dalinar is very confused. What does this mean? Well, the knights rush off and they continue to fight. And he turns to the woman who is his wife in this vision, Tafa. And Tafa turns and faces him. The difference is that her eyes have changed colors, which is initially a little creepy. But the voice that she speaks with is the deep voice of the one that's been speaking to Dalinar. And so Dalinar knows whoever this entity is, he is speaking through this woman in this vision. And he says, I miss these times. Dalinar wasn't expecting this. And he says, who are you? And the voice continues, they were one once, the orders, men, not without problems or strife, but focused. And they go on to have just a short discussion, and Dalinar keeps trying to ask, what is happening? When am I? What do you want from me? The voice says, I can't tell you things that I wish I could help you. He says, you have to unite them. And Dalinar just says, look, if you can't tell me anything about this vision, would you at least answer me this? I've trusted High Prince Sadeas. My son, though, Adolin, thinks I'm a fool. Should I keep continuing to trust Sadeas? And the voice says, yes, this is important. Don't let strife consume you. Be strong, act with honor, and honor will aid you. After that, Dalinar wakes up. He's back in that barrack. Of course, the men and the knights that are in this army barrack have been holding him down. He lets him know, my mind is clear now. You can let me up. So he stands and he's contemplating, what does this mean? These visions, this is the longest one he's been in. You must unite them. The voice says, you can trust Sadeas. It's part of whatever this plan is. And so we find at the end here, the only thing to do was to keep going as he had and find a way somehow to get the high princes to work together. So that's his goal. This is something he's taken away from this vision, and we'll see what his plan is in the upcoming chapters. Thank you so much for watching. If you could like and subscribe the video, that'll help it to continue to grow, and we'll look forward to getting together in the next video. Thank you.